Hey, welcome back to the studio. It's good to have you back with me again. Well, I got a tiny canvas today. This one I haven't painted before, so this is a real clean canvas. I decided to work a little smaller today just to, well, hopefully move things along. Ooh, we got ourselves a little bit of a drip again. Well, it just wouldn't be one of these without a little bit of the drip on our colors, right? Well, as I'm working here, all the names of the colors are going to be running across the screen just to let you know what they are. Let's go ahead and jump right into this one. And, well, as I'm painting here, you can go ahead and try to follow along, or you can just take a seat, grab a cool drink, and, well, relax, watch and listen. Okay, well, let's go ahead with, ooh, I think I'm going to grab some ultramarine. Hold on, we got a little bit of a drip. This alizarin crimson is being a real naughty color today. I tell you, these colors, they'll play tricks on you. They're jokers. They think that they can just do whatever they want. Well, they pretty much can, because they're the bosses. Well, I'm about to show them who's boss. Let's pull out some of this ultramarine here. And I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm just going to, I'm going to paint over in here, and I'm going to go over here and cover this section. Because what we're going to be painting today is something a little different. We're going to be painting a different kind of view. We're going to be painting a duck sitting on a rock, which maybe doesn't sound as exciting as some of the things we painted here, but I promise I think that this one is going to be very, very enjoyable. Now, up above here, we want this to be a little lighter, so we can fix that a little later, but down here, we want this to be much, much darker. So let's be sure we have lots of color concentrated in there. We want this to have a real nice appearance, okay? All right, all right, all right. Okay, we got that. Now let's go in with, you know what, I probably could have saved a little bit of the color that we have in there, or a little bit of the space. Let's go ahead and, let me sit my brush over here on this side. That way I don't accidentally paint my pants with it. That's fun. Okay, let's go ahead and, well, we'll go in with, I think, a filbert brush. Ooh, we got another drip on the alizarin crimson. That alizarin crimson is just the, whew, boy. That's a real character of a color, that one. Here, let's take out the big palette knife first, because we're going to need a little bit of color in this one. Let's go ahead and take the big palette knife, and we're gonna, I think I'm gonna take a little bit of that chrome yellow, okay, and a little bit of that phthalo green. I'm gonna get myself a nice color, just a pinch, a smidge of the phthalo green. I already got too much. That's how little you need. If you get too much color, you want to take your lighter color and then mix it again over on the other side here, okay? And I don't want it to get like too perfect. We'll take that again and mix even more yellow into it. And now I got a yellow that I think I can use. So I'll tell you what I'll do with that one. Tell you what I'll do. I'm gonna go on with a small palette knife here. Scrape off some stuff here. There we go. Just scrape off a few things. That's right. Because this isn't like a sky painting. We don't have to have as much stuff in there. Alright, you can see a little bit of the bracing around there, right? Yeah. That's how hard we're scraping. We're getting a lot of paint off of there. A lot of paint. Ooh. Look how much paint is on that knife. Whew. That's a lot of paint. Alright, so what we do with that is we take our paper towels, okay? And we wipe whatever excess color's there. That's a beautiful color we just scraped off. That ultramarine, tasty color. Very tasty. But we gotta do it, because we are on a mission to paint a very handsome duck. Alright. I think that's good. That's good. Let's go ahead and scrape off that, and then we can go in with this knife again. I'm going to go with the knife now. No. I'm going to go in with this brush. Here. Well, you know what I'll do? I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to take that knife. I'm going to take that knife and get a little bit of that alizarin crimson. Yep. Well, that's too much. That's still too much. We got a lot of alizarin crimson there. I really overshot that here. Let's take just a little bit. Because we don't want to overdo that, man. That's too much. We need to just wipe that knife off. Oh my goodness. It just wouldn't be an episode of this without some escapades. Tell you what, yeah, just a smidge of that, okay. Just a smidge of that. Well, another smidge. A couple of smidges. A couple of smidges will do you. And then we'll get just a touch of white here, wherever it goes. Because we want to spruce up that color a little bit. There we go. Maybe a little bit of the... Tell you what, let's get a little bit of the blue in there. Yeah. We want that nice olive color for this first initial layer right here. Okay? Okay. Alright, so let's go in here. And right to about, we're gonna just pretend that maybe there's some rocks down the water here. And, you know, they're just sitting there, having a good old time, enjoying the weather, because this is a real sunny day, you know, sunny days. And that rock right there, you know, we're just gonna scrub this in. Yeah, that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna scrub it in. Okay. And we got another color that we're gonna throw in here too. And ooh, look at that. Look at that. Whew. We got to get this dull color in, because that dull color is gonna make the bright color shine. All right. All right. Good. 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 Yeah. Let's get some more over here. We'll take a little bit more like that. Okay. Just like that, and then over here too. Yeah, what the heck? Just got a little bit of paint on my finger. Well, I got the thin titanium white on the canvas. We used that titanium white layer on the surface to really make the canvas all slick and easy to paint on. Now you can do that with a little bit of black paint, and then you can add just some linseed oil on that too to make it all slick before you paint, just in case you want to paint on a dark canvas. Or you can tone the canvas any color you want. It's your world. You can do whatever you want in it. So, you know. Alright. So, since this is water, the colors kind of just going every which way here. Yeah, it's waving around. Waving around. Ooh. Okay. Then we got another one maybe down here. Yeah. So all kinds of little reflections in the water and stuff. Water can be real tricky to paint, but, you know, one of the ways to paint it is just to move your knife around and real free-like, making all those waves that are kind of just slipping in, slipping out, yada yada. Okay, our knife is all clean here. Let's go ahead and let's take some of this bright color that we made, and now we're really gonna have some fun. I tell you what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna just go all the way down here, and we're gonna let the paint break a little bit. Because maybe, ooh, check that out. Ooh. Oh, baby. Got some interesting things happening now. This bright color that we're throwing in is really punching up, is really accenting all those little dark layers that we threw in there, okay? So, all these little things that are happening. And you can make a couple of different shades of green if you want. All those little things here. The waves are kind of going in a diagonal here. That makes it a little bit more interesting. If you paint the waves just going straight across, it's not as interesting. When you paint the waves going at an angle, it makes it look all, ooh, yeah. It makes it look like there's a lot more tension in the piece here. And you want to keep that action going with the, and, you know, randomize it a little bit. Okay? Maybe light's hitting the rocks underneath the water just fine. You know, the color's going wherever it wants. Yep, there it goes. There it goes. Maybe you got a little bit more yellow on one side of these. Yeah, let's just get a little bit of white on that. Yeah, a little bit of white. Okay. Yeah, a little bit more yellow. Ooh, that's how we do it. Okay, now you're going on over here, and ooh, boy, that one's really lively. I like that. Ooh, this is already shaping up to be a real fun painting here. Let's go down here and get that one. Yeah. Tell you what. Feel like if we keep doing this, we're going to be here all day. So let's try to move this along here. I think we got enough of the rocks there. Did we? Here. Let's go ahead and just get a couple more here. A couple more. Yeah. Sometimes, you know what I say? You always want to make things a little brighter than you think they should be. So that's what I tend to do. I tend to make things a little brighter than I think they should be. Because sometimes I think things look bright, but you know what? I'm also under some bright lights here, so the canvas tends to have a different look to it when you have the camera on versus when you turn it off and you finally get a look at the painting and go, ye gads, what happened to all my color? Whew. Whew. Yeah. My sentiments exactly. It can get a little rough there. Now I've got another green here that we can mix into this. I mean, look at that. I mixed a couple different greens, and that's really what you really want to do when you start thinking about greens is, you want to have a couple of greens on hand just to make it a little bit more interesting. Let's see here. Now, I don't know, maybe there's some ripples in the water over here. They're kind of just, yeah, they're going that way, and maybe we got some other things happening on this. The other shadows over here. I don't know. Point is, it's like any other rock. We have a little bit of dark, we have a little bit of light. There. We'll just throw in some doodads over there, just to keep it interesting. And we'll go over here, and what do we got? Ooh. This looks nice. Yeah, that looks awesome. Okay, we'll go down to here. Yeah, just some little noises for you. If it helps you paint better, go ahead and make all the noises you want. Okay. Look at that. Well, it just wouldn't be an episode unless I bang my canvas around a little bit. Or not my canvas, but my easel. Alright, let's go ahead and wipe this color off. I probably could have saved some of that color, but you know what? I didn't. That was my choice to make, and I made it. And whatever choice you make, you gotta stick with it. It's your painting. Okay, the knife is clean. And I'm gonna do something maybe a little bit off the beaten path here. I'm gonna get that filbert out that I was talking about earlier, and I'm gonna take some of that. I'm gonna take some of that color. Yeah, I'm gonna add some white in that. You know what? I got a feeling. I got a good feeling about this. Let's go ahead and just, I'm going to use some real expressive brush strokes this time around. Here, I'm choking up on the handle a little bit here. So now my brush is a little stiff, and well, if you use it enough, eventually it loosens up a little bit, but right now it's a little stiff. Okay, I don't want to lose too much of what I've created here, so what I'm going to do is I'm kind of just going to go down. Actually, what I could do is I could get a little bit more paint here. I'm just reaching into the stuff I already pulled out. I don't need to use too much more color. I've got that alizarin crimson dripping down into that green that we created. I got some nice colors in here. And I'll add a little bit more white because, as I say, you want to make things a little brighter than you think they need to be. There it goes. We're going to do, I think, a few more expressive brush strokes today. I was thinking to myself earlier, what would really be nice? What would really make these paintings special is if we did a little bit more of that. Ooh, I'm already getting a lot more paint off there. That's why we add the odorless turpentine to our brush every now and then to get a little bit of that action going. And maybe I'll go down in here and maybe I'll pull some of that over. Yeah, that's what we'll do. Because you know what? Sometimes here, we'll go back in there and get a little bit more of that color. Sometimes when you go in here, the water has a little bit of reflection on the sky there. So what happens is that the sky reflects into the water, and the water, runs over these rocks at just the right angle and creates all these little blue points that are not necessarily there, but boy, does it make it look interesting. Boy, does it ever. Okay. Now, we got all that okay. Let's go in here and just throw a few more of those on. Yeah, that looks good. Ooh, don't forget that. Yeah, we want to make this real light at the top, don't we? Yeah, we want to get this a little lighter. Just to punch it up. There it goes. Maybe a couple more on there. A couple more. Yeah. if you pull a little bit of the green over into the blue, that's all right. That's all right. It just makes it look like light is getting scattered and reflected and all that. Okay. And in my bucket here, I got odorless turpentine. I'm not using pure gum turpentine because that is a little smelly. It doesn't help for you to breathe that in. You really don't want to breathe it in because it's toxic. Not that odorless turpentine doesn't have its problems, but I like to use a light one that you can use without ventilation very safely. Okay. Oh, it's still got a little bit of blue on that. You want to wash all the paint off your brush. You don't want the paint to dry on this brush, or else you're going to be in for a world of hurt because you're not going to be able to use that brush so easily anymore. Okay, now let's show it who's boss. That almost showed me who's boss. Tell you what. Alright, let's put the palette down for a second. Okay, let me tear that off because we're getting a lot of color on that. Alrighty, that's good. Okay, now we get the old wipe down. Okay, who knows when I might want to use that brush later. I have a feeling we're going to be using a lot of expressive strokes like that. Let's go ahead and create the rock now. Alright, I know exactly what I'm going to do. Actually, I'm forgetting myself here. Let's go ahead and get some of that blue color. And I want to, let me get some of the red in there. We got a lot of red over here, so we might as well use it, right? Yeah, and let's get a little bit of the green, that phthalo green in there. Just a smidge. You don't want to overdo it. Don't want to overdo it now. Right in here, I'm just going to, oops, here's what, if it doesn't work that way, we'll take it from the inside and pull it out. Okay, and we'll do the same thing up there. Woo. Woo. Okay, that was a little too straight here. I'm just trying to do a few ripples in here. Yeah, do a few ripples here. Let's get some more of that paint in there. Remember, this is just ultramarine, alizarin crimson. We got a lot of alizarin crimson in there, and then a little bit of that phthalo green. Just a tiny bit, not a lot, not a lot. This color isn't really thinned down at all, so yeah, you can get a lot of decent stuff going on right now. Okay, and all that. Ooh. Let's get one more down here. Ooh, look at that. Yeah, that's good. That's good. Okay. Oh, let me get one more over here, actually. Let me get one more over here. Ooh. Okay, I'm going to get this on both sides. Look at this. I'm pulling through on both sides. I'm going to wiggle that so I can get a little bit of a finer edge. Look at that. It's like a knife edge on that filbert. It's nice. And I don't know if this is going to flow well. Here. That. Oh. Yeah, it's not flowing as well as I would have liked. So let's go ahead and just get a little bit of that odorless turpentine on there. Alright. And we'll go in. Whoops. That's okay. We're going to use a lot of that same color when we go in there later. So it's really no big thing if it gets a little dirty. Okay, we got some stuff going on there. Ooh, yeah. Yeah. That's actually really attractive. Yeah. Here. Okay. There it goes. Really nice looking stuff there. Here. Throw a few more in there, and then maybe one more over there. Yeah. Okay. That's looking pretty good. Alright. We don't want to overdo it though. Let's clean this brush off. Ooh, forgot the other side. Oh boy. Man, we're just making all kinds of mistakes today, aren't we? Yeah, I know. Alright, let's wipe that off on the edge. So what I do is I wash it off. Okay. Give it a rinse. Rub it on the grating at the bottom. I really recommend a metal grating when you use this. Otherwise, if you use a plastic grating, it might melt in the odorless turpentine because the odorless turpentine is a harsh solvent. I tap it, and then I wipe it on the edge just to get any excess off. Then I show it who's boss over here. Come on. Ooh, that's a stiff brush. It's showing me who's boss. Yeah, let me put my palette down for a second. Alright, let's go ahead and wipe this bad boy off. Yeah, this brush is tough. Call this one the battle axe. That's what we're going to call that one. Whew. Boy, oh boy. Well, there's my big old knife right there. Let's go ahead and scrape off a little bit of that paint. Yeah, we don't know when we're going to need that green again. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to clean off that knife on the paper towels, because we're going to need this. We need this big knife to cover up a lot of this area. This is going to be real exciting, I think. Oh yeah. Whew. This is what's really going to separate, well, it's going to separate the masters from the apprentices. Tell you. Okay, we're going to get ourselves a little bit of green here, and a little bit of phthalo green too. Okay. Now I want this to mostly be the blue and the alizarin. Okay. And if you need to, go ahead and throw a little bit of the white in there just to see what you got. Because sometimes it'll surprise you what you got. Okay. And it looks like we got mostly a violet here, so let's go ahead and scrape this bad boy in. Okay. So let's start up here and just work our way down. Yeah. Look at that. Okay. Now we're kind of just going to carve this stuff in right here. We're going to just scrape. Alright. Alright. Look at that. Yeah, that's looking very smart. Now because we got white on the canvas, of course, this is gonna get a little lighter as we scrape it in. Okay? And if you need more paint, make sure you make more than you think you need as you're going in here. Let's go ahead and scrape these little details in over here. Yeah, that's right. You want to cover up any of the foolishness that you accidentally did over while you were painting the water, because maybe you made a few mistakes. Well, this is the time where you want to correct those mistakes. You want to get those mistakes out of the way. Then you want to go in right over here. Yep. Go in there. All right. And, you know, just create some curves, because this is a big old rock, big old strong, nice cool rock for this duck to sit on. This duck is having a hot day. This duck needs a big place to rest his feathers and spread out, kick back, and enjoy the view of all the humans over on the beach. Okay. Yeah, we got that. That looks just fantastic. All right. Very nice. All right, let's go over here and get the rest of this. Yeah, we got that violet color. Yeah, that's a nice violet color that we got, isn't it? Yeah, that shadow color is just wonderful. I am really, really pleased with what we got going on so far. I gotta say, sometimes I'm not so sure what's going to happen when I paint these things, but this is one of those times where it feels real good. All right, let's go ahead and put the palette down for a second. Scrape off any excess on the palette, because you never know what you're going to need. You know, that's what I like to say. And when you're done using your paint, you can go ahead and scrape off all the remainder, throw it in a big old pile, and use it on your next painting. That way you save a lot of money on earth colors, because you've got a ready-made earth color right there. Pretty convenient, and it really helps with the color harmony when you don't use so many colors. All right, let's go ahead now and tell you what we're going to do. Let's take this 2-inch brush right here, and we're going to just pull all this paint. Ooh, we got ourselves a hair on there, don't we? Well, it just wouldn't be an episode unless we got a hair. There's a certain checklist of things that has to happen in a given episode of this show. I need to get a hair. I need to knock something over. Oh boy, that one hasn't happened yet. If we can get through that one and not check it off the list, I think I'd be pretty happy. That's a good one not to check off. Okay. And you know, you can make any corrections that you want. Maybe you want something that goes a little higher there. I don't know. Maybe you want something kind of goes a little higher there. Maybe you want this guy to stay a little low. Want to hang low? Okay. And we're just going to go around now. And, you know, maybe we'll paint an indication of where the light should go. Maybe this is where our little ledge is going to be, right there. Okay. And then the rest of this, you know, maybe we don't care too much. Okay. And there's going to be a little rim of darkness over there on the side. Yeah, it's going to look real nice. Okay. Okay. Let's see, can we get that a little higher? Well, that's probably about good. We're going to cover a lot of that up anyway. Here, let's get a little bit of that edge. Yeah. Okay. Okay, let's go ahead and clean off our brushes, our 2-inch brushes. Because you never know, we might need them. Okay. Gotta show it who's boss. Here, let's go ahead and pull that off because that's a little dirty. It's a little dirty. Understatement of the year right there. Okay, we got that brush clean off. Okay. And now he's back in the service. He's enlisted. We drafted him. We don't like it too bad. Now for this other 2-inch brush here. Very nice. All right, let's show it who's boss. Oh yeah, that's how we do it. Okay, let's set that brush down. Look at these guys, they're friends, they're good friends, and they're back doing their job. So all's well with the world. Let's take that big old knife again. We got some work to do here with this big old knife. So, what I think I'm going to do is, well, I'm going to go in with, I'm going to take some white, of course. Let's put some white over here. And what I think I want to do is, what do you think I want to do? I'm going to get the lightest touch of the vermilion. Lightest touch. Ooh, yeah. Ooh, yeah, that's nice. Maybe I'll just get a light touch of that chrome yellow. Well, that wasn't exactly a light touch, was it? That was kind of heavy-handed here. Let's get a little bit more of that. Yeah. You want to be real light with the vermilion. Real light. And then we'll just get a smidge of that blue right there, and just to spruce it up some. Alright, now let's go ahead and get a lot of white on that. And well, we're going to make this all marbled looking. That's about as good as we need to make it. That's about as marbled as it needs to be. You know what? I have a tendency to overmix, I know. And, well, I'm already abandoning one of my sayings. Always make it a little brighter than you think it needs to be. I know, that's what you're saying right now. You got me. You got me, partner. Alright, let's go ahead now and cut across there. Ooh, that looks nice. Let's go in here. And we're just gonna, we're gonna let that break, aren't we? Yeah, we are. Yeah, we are. We're gonna go up to the edge. Right up to the edge. And we're going to let that break. Okay. And that color is just so interesting, the way that it breaks like that. Isn't it? Oh my goodness. Such a beautiful way of doing things. And you know, we can go in here and, you know, get whatever edges we need to. Let's pull that out. Okay. Get a little bit more color where we need to. Maybe over here we got to get some of this with the edge. Ooh, ooh yeah. Okay. There's that. And let's go over here. Cut again. And we'll pull down in here and just get some more of this color right there. Yeah, there it goes. Maybe we'll pull this down a little bit. Ooh, ooh, look at that little edge. Look at that. Ooh, that's pretty. Okay. Yeah, we're doing some nice work in here, aren't we? Ooh, you can do it. You got this. You're just letting it break. You're not applying any pressure when you do this. You were just letting it break. Here, we'll go in here and just get a little bit more of this. Yeah. Yeah. Who knows what this rock is doing? This rock has got a mind of its own, don't it? Yeah. All right, let's go in here. Maybe where the duck is sitting. A little bit more action going on. Right around here. Okay. Yeah, right around here is where that duck is sitting. That duck is a troublemaker. He's quacking, offering his opinions on what all the humans out there are doing. He's telling us we look real silly. Real silly. He's asking where our webbed feet are. What happened? Why'd evolution pass us by? Had myself a good old laugh at that. It's like the going joke in duck circles, don't you know? Yeah. Bet you didn't know that. Well, you do now. It is absolutely crazy. It's absolutely crazy what goes on in nature, I tell you. Okay, we got some nice stuff there. Ooh. Here, let's go in here. And, I don't know. Maybe. Yeah, why not? Why not? Okay, we can go down here, and maybe we got a little bit more paint breaking there. And maybe. Here we're gonna pull this out this way. Okay. And we'll just shape this a little bit more. There it goes. Sometimes you gotta pull it down, sometimes you gotta pull it to the side. Whatever way really works. Whatever works. Here, let's bring this up a little bit. Yeah. Well, it's a rock. It's a rock. That much we know. This doesn't look like a lot right now, but as soon as we start adding all the fancy doodads and all that, you know, the middle tones and all that, it's gonna look a lot nicer, I swear. Yeah. We got some of this going, that's cool. Okay. And, you know, we'll just pull that down right there. Alright. Alright. Go right over here. Yeah. In case if you ever get a spot you don't like, you can just paint over it later. Scrape it out maybe. Because you got a lot of that dark color in there, it's good to go. You can do this all day long, can't you? Yeah, I could do this all day long too. Sometimes I really feel like just painting rocks like this all day long. Sometimes I just want to see what I can come up with. There. That's cool. Alright. Whoops. There we go. Alright. Very good. Very good. Okay. We've got a lot of that action going on in there. You know, we just make some touches here and there. Again, you know, you make those noises if you want. You can use the other end of your palette knife too, just to form some things if you feel like they need to be there. Okay. And look at all that. Look at all that. Got some nice stuff going on. Some real nice stuff. Okay. Maybe all that. Yeah. And what else do we want to do, you think? No, I don't know. Get a few touches in there. A few touches around every which way here. Yeah, maybe there's a few things over there. Why not? We can always go back in with a brush if we really feel like it. Here. Let's go ahead and wipe off the knife now. Let's wipe off that knife, because that knife is getting a little dirty. Plus we got some other colors that we gotta go in with. We gotta do all the rest of these stones. The rest of these colors, don't we? Alright. So using that color that we made, we don't want to like get rid of all of it, but we want to get some of that stuff. Okay. So we're going to create that color there, and it's going to be a little bit more ultramarine and crimson, but you also want a little bit of the phthalo in there. So a little bit of that phthalo there. Let's see how that's going to look. Ooh, that's a handsome color. I think that is about the right hue for this. That's about the right hue. Okay. Alright, so let's go in now. And using that color that we made, we'll just go in and paint a few of the rocks in between all these little areas of highlights and stuff that we made. There. And, you know, we'll go down here too. Maybe we'll touch up a few things over this way. Now notice that we didn't get rid of the highlight stuff that we made. No, we didn't want to do that. You want to hold on to a lot of what you were working with earlier because you might need to use it again. That's why I keep telling you. Keep it around. Keep it around. You might want to use it again. All right? That's the way. Okay. All right, I'm running out of color here, so let's go ahead and just get a little bit more. A little bit more. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. That violet really accentuates that a lot, doesn't it? Yeah, it looks real nice up against that orange there. That very light orange. Okay. We got a few more things we're going to do with these colors before we paint the duck. Oh, that duck is going to be something. I can't wait to do that. It's going to be a lot of fun. Just go in, you know, drag the paint all over. Yeah. Okay. Drag. Whew. Okay. And open here. And we're just going to get it all. We're not going to neglect anything. Because who knows? Who knows? Okay. There it goes. Alright. Look at that. It goes right in there. Okay. So we got a lot of that rock created right now. Let's just go ahead and pull a little bit of it. Pull. There. Because maybe we want to cover a few more areas here. But we don't want to get too aggressive. Alright? That's the way right there. Oh, I can't get enough of this color. This color drives me crazy. Drives me absolutely insane. And if you got some spots in between all these little things that you were working on the oranges here, go ahead and get those too. Don't leave them out. It's going to make the piece look that much better. I swear. Honest. Okay. Oh, that's looking handsome. Oh, that's very smart. Oh. You know, if you don't paint, it's okay, but I really recommend trying it at some point. It's not for everybody, but you can do it. If you're sitting there looking at this thinking, oh, I can't do that, that's too much. Well, you know, you never know till you try. And the first time you paint is not always going to be super successful, and even when you paint a lot, you don't always get it right. I make a lot of mistakes. And I like to show you guys the mistakes. I like to show you the mistakes so you feel like it's all right to make mistakes of your own. Okay? So we got that. Ooh, that is... I'm just admiring my handiwork for a second there because it makes me excited to look at it and think of the possibilities. Now what I want to do is I want to get a yellow. And I'm going to add a little bit of orange to it. But first I gotta clean this dirty knife. Yes, I know. I gotta get my mind out of the color. All these colors are dirty. Okay, let's go ahead now. Let's take, let's take some of that chrome yellow. All right, some of the vermilion, just a little bit. Ooh, is that too much? Ooh, I don't know. But we want to have more color than we think we're going to need. Remember that. I always tell you, more color than you think you're going to need. Alright? So now we got more color than we think we're going to need. Well, I'll add a little bit more. Why not? More color than you think you're going to need. Okay. Chrome yellow. And vermilion. Okay. I think we've got the color that we need. Let's go ahead now and just cut a little bit of that off. And you know what? You know what? Here's what we're going to do. We're going to go in here and just let that come off. Because maybe there's like a little bit of moss just growing there on the side of these rocks, you know? And maybe it's kind of like all over the place, like maybe it's not really paying too much attention to where it should be. Maybe it's just making big decisions all by itself. Yeah? Yeah, look at that. Oh, look at that. Hey, you don't have to get too crazy here. Just put it in a place you feel like it needs to be. All right? Like right here. Boom. Right there. Okay. There it goes. Then maybe right about, I don't know. Let's make a big decision here. Let's put it right there. Ooh, yeah. Look at that. Ooh. We got all kinds of wild things happening now. Ooh, this painting is taking shape. Here, let's put that right there. There. That's good. Okay. Maybe we got ourselves a little trail here. Maybe this one's going right about this way. And we got some things happening right there. Here. Take a little bit more off. And we'll just, here. There it goes. There it goes. Maybe. Ooh, yeah. Ooh, yeah, it's going right about there. Okay. Let's go over this way. Ooh, yeah. There it goes. Just, you don't have to have the brush, the palette knife all on the big side of the knife like that. You can go ahead and turn it to the little side and just give it little taps like that. Like that. And make the sounds too if you have to. If it helps you, go ahead and do it. Oh, that's so nice. Oh, that's brilliant. Okay. Yeah. Look at that. Isn't that nice? Alright. Ooh, we got some stuff down here we can do too. Let's go ahead and just add a little bit down here. Oh, look at that. Oh, right about there. Ooh, that's nice. Ooh. Who knew that we were going to be adding that kind of color down there? Ooh. I bet you didn't know. Bet you didn't. Well, you do now. And look at that. Let's add it a few more times. Why not? Okay. That's phenomenal. Okay. Let's go over here to the side and maybe we got a couple more things over here we want to hit. Yep, like that one. And maybe we got, is that over there? And maybe we got this right here. Yeah, we got all kinds of places we could put all this color, couldn't we? But yeah, we do. Let's go over here and hit that one. That one might want to be a little bit more orange. I might add a little bit of vermilion to what we just did there. Okay. Maybe we got some little things over here we can add. You know, whatever. You don't have to all be the same color. You can add a little bit of the violet in there, make it a little bit more green if you want to. Or you can add a little bit more vermilion. Whatever really does it for you. Whatever really does it for you. You don't have to hardly add any if you don't want to, or you can add even more. Maybe this whole thing is filled with all kinds of moss and things like that. Maybe it's just a wild hot zone of moss and stuff. Yeah, maybe. Oh, I think that'd be fun. It must be fun to sit on a rock like this. That's probably why the duck does it, right? If it wasn't enjoyable to sit on this rock, do you think the duck would be doing it? Probably not. The duck knows what's up. That duck knows exactly what's going on. That duck is having himself a good old time. Oh, you. I envy you, Monsieur Mallard. Okay, let's go up in here and right along the edge we'll add a few things. Some of that growth color here. Maybe we got a couple of things in there that we can do. Alright. Here's some of that. Yeah, that looks nice. That's nice. Right in there. Alright. We got a few more things we can add. Right in here, maybe. I don't know. Maybe we might be going a little too nuts, but you know what? I like it. I like it. We'll just add a few more random stuff there. Here. Okay. That's probably about good for all that. Let's go ahead now and add just a little bit more of the vermilion right here. Okay, a little bit more. Because I got a plan. I said. Alright. Alright, so what this plan means is we're going to take this kind of dull orange color, and I'm going to go in right here. Ooh, 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 yep. And right there. There, that's looking good. Maybe we'll go right over here and get some of that area right there. You know, this is just more of that same stuff. It's just a different color. Maybe we've got a bunch of orange on there too. Okay. And we got, yeah, there it is. Who knows? Maybe there's a little bit more over on this side. Maybe this is like the shadow moss. Yeah, the shadow moss. That's what we're gonna call it. Okay. Maybe there's some right over here. Right there. Yeah, that's nice. All right. Yeah, maybe we'll add a little bit more right here. There. Just to add some variation, right? Right. Okay. Oh, that's looking pretty. That is looking pretty, huh? Oh, I know. Let's go ahead and, well, let's save this. Let's not get rid of all that, because we might want some more of that later. We might want some more of that. Okay. In fact, I know what I'm going to do already. I'm going to take a little bit more. This color right here, and just add that right about right here. There. And we're going to add that right along the edge. Okay. There it goes. Maybe we got one right down here. Yeah, that's the way. So I think I'll take. Thought I had something a little bit not so great on my table right there. I thought maybe I got a little too much paint on it. Nah, I'm just seeing things. You know me. Here, let's get a little bit of the alizarin and the ultramarine. Well, mostly alizarin, ultramarine, and a little bit, touch of the phthalo. And then we'll get a little bit of medium just to make this flow a little better. There it goes. Yeah, it's getting kind of liquidy. That's how you know you've added a lot. Alright. Now let's go in here and facing downward. We just want to add a couple of accents here. There it goes. Okay. Then maybe right along the edge here. We'll add a few more. There it goes. So let's go ahead with that blue color. And I want a dark violet kind of color here. So let's size things up, I think. Let's add a little bit of the blue in there. Let's add a little bit of the alizarin. Touch of the phthalo green. Get ourselves a nice little color there. Ooh, yeah, that's nice. Here, add a little bit more alizarin on that. Really top it off. Here, we'll add a little bit more blue. Just a smidge more blue. There it goes. Alright, now in here. There. Just to make that stand out. Ooh. And does it ever? Ooh, that stands out something fierce, doesn't it? Yeah. That's looking good. Looking good as far as I'm concerned. And we can go in with that color because it's real thin still. And we can add it in a few places, like, you know, right here. Yeah, we can refine some of these things all day long. If you got some dark areas that you want to kind of refine, feel free to. There's nothing saying that you can't go in and, you know, redo a couple of things. Maybe you got this right there, and maybe you got this little doohickey over here. Here, I didn't quite get that there. Okay. Right there, that's good. Whew. So you know this is hard is when I hoot like an owl. There. A couple of places like that. Okay. Now, let's go ahead and I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to go up in here, and I'm going to kind of just draw out where I think is going to be that bird. Alright, so let's go down right here, I think. Right about, yeah, right about in there. Okay. Right about in there, and then the duck's head is going to be right about here. There it goes. This duck's going to be pretty tiny, all things considered. Okay. There it goes. Let's go ahead and rinse this brush off. Little hummingbird there. Showed his boss. And then get the wipe off. Okay. Got a lot of paint on that, so we can tear one off. Okay. So what we want to do, I think, is take our palette knife here and just kind of scrape this side out. And we'll make a few measurements here just to make sure we got this all right. Do we got this all right? Here, this one's going to go down to about right there. There. Make sure we got the curve there. I almost got it right. I think. But we can always add touch-ups. You can always add touch-ups later. Here, let me take some of that paper towel that I was using and just wipe off the knife like that. There we go. Okay. All right. Okay. Right about right here is where his little wing is going to be bulging out a little bit. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. Alright. Okay. I think we're about ready to take a crack at getting this bird, huh? Yeah. Ooh, I'm excited about this. I'm real excited. This is one of those days where all the colors are going to get used. And those are the most exciting days of all, I'll tell you. Okay. Let's take a color that's, you know, got a lot of alizarin in it. Maybe some phthalo green and blue and all that. Okay. Make sure it's mostly alizarin in there. We don't want this one to be too blue or anything like that. That's all right. So let's go in here. This color, lay it down. This is our base color, all right? This is our base color. We always insert a base color for things like this, you know? But it really helps when you're doing multiple layers like this to go in and do this before anything else, because it helps you shape what you're trying to create, all right? And plus this duck is going to have kind of a fiery looking appearance on it, all right? That's good, that's good. Yeah, let me make sure that I got the shape on this right. Okay, we got this, and we got this, and then it's got the little bulge right over here because his breast is poking out. There it goes. Yeah, we got that all neat and tidy. Here, let's set this down for a second, just for a second, and take our other round brush and make sure that we've got it all smoothed out. Because there was a lot of paint on that brush. No doubt, there was a lot of paint. Okay? Alright. I think we got that. We got it. Alright, let's rinse these off. Okay. Show this boss. Little hummingbird. Let's do the other, our smaller round. Okay. Little hummingbird. Okay. Now let's go in and just wipe this brush off. Alright. We're good. Okay. Let's take, let's go in with our little palette knife, and let's take a color that's, well, let's get some vermilion on this, all right? And let's get some of that chrome yellow. All right, now we want a real bright, we want a bright orange. Orange is really going to set things on fire. Here. Alright, I like the look of this. Hey. There it goes. There it goes. Look at that. Look how bright that is. That orange is bananas. Alright, we'll set that off to the side for right now, because we might want to come back to that. Let's take our brush. Alright. And run through it, okay? So let's go over here and start at the bottom, and we'll kind of just swoop up where the breast is. And you know what? We're gonna let that bird take what it wants, okay? We're going to give that bird whatever it wants. It's a real one-sided deal, you know? Bird just sitting here on a rock and we're over here painting, you know, risking life and limb. Not really, not really. But it's fun to think about, okay? Okay. We got that. Okay, let's go up in here. Now, if we cover up a few areas where the bird is going to have a little bit more, this duck is going to have a little bit more stuff going on, it's okay, because we're going to go back in. We're going to go back in. Here, let me get some more paint. Let me show you. You just run that brush through, all right? Try to get it on the tip. It's important to get it on the tip. All right. Now, follow the curve of the bird right here, because right here there's going to be that tip of the tail feather going all the way down here. And maybe you're going to see a few things on the bird. You're going to see a few things on this duck. We'll call him Daffled. Daffled. That's his bird's name, you know? Did you know that? Well, now you do. Alright, Daffled. Daffled and I are having fun. Well, Daffled, what do you say we give you a little bit of a highlight here? I'm going to add a little bit of the chrome yellow to that orange and a smidge of white, okay? And that smidge of white is going to help Daffled's breast look a little nicer, okay? Now, since that's a light color, we can add a little bit of the odorless turpentine to make this flow a little better, okay? And we're only going to add this on places where Daffled needs a little bit of a highlight. Okay. Alright. Maybe Daffled needs something over this way. Okay. Alright. Maybe Daffled's got a little something on his wing over here. Very lightly graze the feathers. Very lightly. And when you graze like this and you just kind of touch it, things are a lot of time going to happen automatically. It's kind of fascinating to watch that. Ooh, that was a little firecracker one, huh? Yeah, that's nice. He's got a nice color to him, doesn't he? Yeah. I'm just kind of going to go against it right here. Yeah, look at that. Look at that. Alright. Maybe we'll go up in here and just touch a few things up. Yeah. Oh, Daffled. You are a handsome bird. Whew. Wait. We gotta get up in here. Up in here. Okay. That's looking good. Again, if you screw up any, you can always go back in with some other stuff that you already mixed. Because we didn't get rid of all the colors that we've used previously. In fact, we're about to go in. Little hummingbird. We're going to go in with some of the color that we already mixed before to help Daffled along. Okay. Well, Daffled, I think now's the time where we got to get out the liner brush, which is our thinnest brush. And it's so thin that it doesn't make hardly any noise. It is a wild, wild brush, and I'm just going to run this brush and twirl its bristles through the paint. And that way it's going to get to a real fine point. I'm going to add a little bit more paint thinner on that. A little bit more of that odorless turpentine. Yep. Got it to a nice point right there by running it through. And we're just using that color that we already created for the highlight in the rocks. Alright? Maybe there's something going on here that we want to try to get daffled in on. You know? Okay. Baby Daffled has got a little bit of a chin up here. Or maybe not a chin, but this is right underneath. We'll say it's his chin. That makes it a little bit more fun, doesn't it? Yeah. Makes it a little bit more fun. Okay. Okay. That's a real hummingbird right there. You can barely hear that. Well, that's why we use the liner brush, because it can do that delicate work. Okay. Okay, we're going to get a little bit of a, let's add some of this yellow green over here to that color. We're actually going to get a little bit. We're going to get a little bit of a duller color right here. Okay. Maybe a little bit more alizarin crimson than that. Okay. Now let's see what we can do with Daffled. Daffled, let's go ahead and add a little bit to your head right here. He's got one stripe, two stripe. That stripe in the back is going to be a little darker. So we can go in with some of this darker paint over here. Now you don't want too much alizarin crimson, you don't want too much blue. Now remember, this should be darker than the color you just set in. So after we go there, we can go into Daffled's rear, and then, since that's darker, you can see it's darker right there. Ooh, look at that. Ooh, Daffled, look at you, you handsome bird. You are looking so smart. I can't believe how smart he looks. He is getting a date tonight for sure. Here, we'll go right into his Right in his face right there. That's looking good. Okay. All right, now, this is the part where we got to be brave. We're going to take just a little bit of that yellow. A little bit of that yellow. We want a lot of yellow on this one. Okay. In fact, I'm just going to run it through the color right there. And get all kinds of yellow on it. Yep, just like that. Okay. Now since we got a lot of that color on, we can go in here. And we're going to get his beak. He's going to have a real nice beak, I think. Yeah. Look at that. Here. Sometimes you got to go in and cover up a little bit more. There it goes. That beak's getting a little bit more handsome by the second. Looking good. Looking good. Whew. Hooting like an owl again. That's how you know this one is pretty tough. Okay. Look at that. That is nice. Okay. Okay. Got ourselves that little duck right there. Oh, okay, that looks good. Alright, maybe we got a little bit of white on the edge here. So we'll just add a little bit of the white and the yellow. We'll add a little bit of yellow into the white, I should say. Okay. We're going to run that through again, because that's how we get these fine details done. We'll go right here. Just with a steady hand. Okay. Okay. There it goes. Looking nice there, Dappled. Okay. Give him a little hummingbird right there. Get that brush a little wipe off. And what more can we do with Daffled here? Daffled. Don't leave me now, Daffled. Daffled. What a funny name. Okay, we can run the brush through the paint here. And we can give him a little bit more of an outline, I think. Yeah. Just a little bit more right there. Here. Yeah, there we go. And right about here. That's good. That duck is looking mighty fine. Okay. Let's see if we can get his nostril right here. Boop. Here, let me take a little bit of vermilion on this and just help Daffled along at the bottom. Because, you know, maybe we got a little bit of vermilion on him. Oh, yeah. Daffled. Oh, Daffled. You know, you add a color like vermilion to your painting. It really lights things up in a big way. I really recommend, you know, trying to find reasons to add colors that you like. Like, vermilion is one of my favorite colors, it really is. So I tend to find any reason at all to add it to what I do. So, you know. That's what I do. And I like it. I like it a lot. What we can do is add maybe a little bit of blue on this. A little bit of blue right there. A little bit of blue to our violet. Okay. And we'll go in here and we'll just, maybe we'll add a little something to what we were doing. Make it look like his shadow is a little bit more blue, a little bit more violet. There it goes. Okay. Now right in there, it's a nice little notch where there's going to be some dark color. Okay, so let's take some of the ultramarine with that red and a little bit of that phthalo. And I want it to be mostly alizarin this time. Mostly alizarin, but also some blue and phthalo green. Okay, and we'll go in here and we'll just give us a little bit of encouragement going down, just to kind of, you want to kind of just hatch it in to make the suggestion of feathers. You know, maybe down here there's a little bit more of a suggestion of a shadow down there, right about there. That's good. Okay. That's looking good. Okay. Now what we can do is, you know, take a little bit of that shadow violet color that we have over here, and we can add a little bit more of the color in there. But remember, you always want it to be a little brighter than you think it needs to be. And the reason for that is sometimes your eyes will play tricks on you, the light will play tricks on you, and you got to go with your gut, okay? Now look at that. Look at that. Even that's a little too dark. And that's why I say you need to go a little brighter than you think you need to. See, obviously I need to go even brighter. So we're going to take some of this brighter violet, and luckily I have some. And, well, you know what? Let's add some red on that. I feel like that could use a little bit of red. Yeah, that needs some red in it. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Now we can go in. Luckily, we've already got a base of red, so it's really not a big deal. And now we can see that color. It's exactly what I want, okay? So now, just go down in here. And we're kind of hitting our stride now. Now maybe we want to go in with a color that is a little bit on the darker side. Because, you know, maybe we got edges and stuff to do, and a darker color would look a little nicer there. Something that isn't going to be real obvious there. And, you know, you can go in and do a few things. Kind of just add some texture here and there. Yeah, it's looking good. And maybe we'll go in with a little bit of that. Go right there. There. You don't want to overdo stuff like this. Stuff like this is just stuff that you can use that beak color even. Add a little bit of yellow on that. Yeah. Make sure you got enough white in there that it's real light. And you can go in with that beak color, the highlight beak color. And ooh, did I not get enough medium? Okay. I just had to give it a little bit more encouragement. There we go. There we go. Here. There it goes. Sometimes you gotta add a little bit more white. Okay. Then we'll just go in here and just like that. And maybe over here. And yeah. There. I don't know if we're gonna do too much to the old Daffled here. Daffled's giving me the stink eye, telling me, you know what? You're starting to mess up some stuff on me. It's time to go. It's time for you to paint some other stuff. Well, Daffled, you know what? People want to see a little bit more of you because you're going to be a very popular duck pretty soon. You're going to be real famous real soon. And I want you to look your best. That's the kind of guy I am. Alright, look at that. Look at that. Here. Just a little bit of orange on that, and that looks real handsome. Here. I'll give him a little bit of something right here, too. Yeah. That's neat. Okay. All right, Daffled, what do you say we go ahead and okay, get some more of that violet on you. Okay. Now let's take some ultramarine here, and maybe Daffled's got a little bit of a shadow here. Maybe he's got a little bit of a shadow. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe Daffled's got this shadow right over here. And it kind of extends all the way underneath him. And this is just going to be a lot of ultramarine here. Maybe extends right down underneath him. Just like this. Okay. In fact, maybe we're going to get some phthalo green with our ultramarine and that alizarin crimson, and then we can go down in here and just kind of outline the underside of them a little bit. If you need a little help with it sticking, you know what to do. Take some of your medium and just go underneath them. Okay? Alright. Okay. Got ourselves a handsome duck here. Handsome little duck. There it goes. Okay. Here. Take some ultramarine on that. Phthalo green. And the alizarin crimson. A lot of alizarin crimson. And then of course there. Okay. Alright, let's go ahead and clean off this brush. And now we can add some touches on here. Yeah, give that a little hummingbird. Alright, let's go in here. And with our liner brush, because the liner brush is going to be king on getting some of these little details here, let's take this and create a little bit of separation between the shadow and Daffled. Maybe there's some ground between him. Okay. There it goes. Okay. Maybe we'll go in. Okay. You know what I think I want to do now? I think I know what I'll do. I'll take some of this ultramarine, phthalo green, alizarin crimson, the same dark color that we keep mixing up, and I want to go in to Daffled's head here. And give him a little bit of separation here. I kind of want to go in on his head right there. There. That's nice. Now, we can continue going in right here. Because maybe there's a shadow there that needs to be described. Okay. And then we got a little bit of a highlight in there of one of the pieces of the rock right about Actually, let's go ahead and add a little bit more color on that. Okay. So that looks pretty decent. Alright. And just to make that match up, we'll go over here. There. Looking good. And maybe we'll go over here and just do a few more things with the moss and all that. Alright, let's take some of that color that we were mixing up for the darks on Daffled. And I think, well, let's get a little bit more blue in it this time. So I think blue would look real good on this shadow. Alright. Okay. And that's good. Okay. Looking real nice there, Daffled. Daffled, you are looking smart. I know I keep saying it, but he is a king of ducks. And we'll run this right through our orange color again. And, you know, right about, right about there. And right here. I think that's going to be good right there. And maybe we'll just add one for the heck of it right here. One right there. Yeah. Okay. Feeling pretty good about this, I think. Okay. Now, is there anything else we could possibly do? Well, we might be able to go down here a little bit. Add a few things here and there. Maybe there should be a little bit more alizarin crimson in there. I know I keep making that noise, but I like it. It's like karate with a paintbrush. Okay. Let's just go in here and maybe define a few more edges and stuff. Okay. There it goes. Okay. Right in there. Right in there. That's good. Okay. Looking good, bud. Looking good. Now, Daffled is, I think, getting a little tired here. So it might be about time for us to start thinking about wrapping things up. Because even Daffled's got to go to dinner. Daffled's got to have himself some supper, and you know, he's got to go take a load off and chat it up with the other ducks and all that business. He's got an active social life. Who knew? Daffled. Like I said, when I said he got a date, I wasn't kidding. He's got the date of dates. He's about to go out on the prowl, this duck. Find the woman of his dreams. Oh, Daffled, you devil. Okay. You know, we can create all kinds of little things here because, you know, the limit is our imagination. You know, maybe we got some stuff right here that we want to throw in. Maybe you got little bits and pieces you want to throw there. And see if I can get past the spotlight on my... There it goes. Yeah, there it goes. There it goes. Daffled, what do you say? Do you think we're done here? Fine, we'll make one more mark on you. We'll make one more mark. Make it a good one. And Right there. Right there. Okay. Yeah, Daffled, I know. That was annoying, but I can't help myself. I can't help myself here. Here. There. And let me just get this last dark in. Right over here. Come on. Yeah, that liner brush, I know. I sure do love to let it dance, though. And boy, does it ever dance. Whew, look at that go. Here, look at that one. Here, let me get one more. Right. What do you say, right here? Yeah. Oh, that's looking good. Here, let's give him a friend right next door. Oh. Yeah. That's looking good. And let's go ahead and add one more for interest right about. Ooh, right there. Here. Let's get some medium again. A little bit of that alizarin crimson, a little bit of that phthalo green. Remember that alizarin crimson and phthalo green make a very dark black. So you want to be careful. Otherwise you can, get that dark black all over the painting. And maybe that's what you want. Maybe it isn't. I don't know. Here, just get some of that in there. And I think we got ourselves a pretty decent little painting here. I keep adjusting old Daffled here. Wondering myself, I don't know, is he finished? I don't know, but I think with this color here, we're gonna call Daffled finished. Because look at that. That is beautiful. Whoops. Here, run the brush through the paint. This is hard on the liner brush, but it's a good way to do it, that's for sure. Okay. Little hummingbird there. And then some of that dark paint. Remember, I like to get the alizarin real thick. I do Daffled's feathers, just like that. Okay. There it goes. Okay. Daffled saying, please, please, have mercy. And I say, no, we gotta get more. I don't know if I cleaned that off properly, but so we might be quitting a little sooner than I anticipated. I think we're alright. I got some paint on my thumb. Yep, just wouldn't be an episode of this without getting a little bit of paint on myself. I did it again. You got yourself a twofer right there. Watch me make a fool of myself. God knows I do. Okay. There it goes. Alright. Let's go ahead and clean off our brushes now. And, well, let's go ahead and sign this painting. Because it's time to go. You know what we do? I take a medium. I get a little bit of paint. And real small. That was... Come on, let's try that one again. There. I sign my initials. And that's how you know the painting's done. Always be sure to sign your paintings so people know who did them. Otherwise, someone might come along and, well, they might go ahead and sign it themselves. Even though they might not be able to paint the same way. Well, no one can paint the same way as you. You are your own individual person. And, well, there's no one that can do a painting quite like you can. Remember that. you will never be able to quite paint like anyone else. But there's also no one else who's going to be able to paint like you. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Clear off the knife right now. Well, let's get a little bit of that paint on there because we want to try to scrape that up into our big old pile, you know? Yeah, we're going to recycle. Okay. There we go. All of our tools ready to use for next time. Let's make sure that we don't have any paint on any of them, because that would be tragic. No, I think we're about all set. All the brushes look ready to go. Thank goodness for that. And our liner brush survives yet another encounter with me. Well, I really hope you enjoyed this painting because I had a lot of fun painting it. It is so much different from everything that I've done, and I really love the expressive brushwork on this one. Go ahead and give this a try, see where it takes you, and maybe you've got a different way of doing it. Maybe you've got even more expressive brushstrokes, who knows? But this painting, ooh, I love it, and I think you're going to really enjoy doing it too. Anyway, until next time, with love from me to you, I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.